Um, Hello, my name is Diana, and I wanted to do a video about Tianeptine and my usage of it. I have used it for about 4 to 5 years now, so it's been pretty extensive. And let me think. So, like, I would say I want to just start with and to say that Tianeptine has completely changed my life, like 100,000%. I know what people like. I've done some research recently and watched some videos of people saying how it can be pretty dangerous, and if you like overuse it and whatever, it can cause certain things like, I don't know, death, I guess. Though I think that you can literally die from overusing painkillers. So it's like if you're doing too much of something, it's probably not good anyway. And the other thing I want to say is, from again just looking at what other people are saying about this, kind of like some of like other responses and whatever, um, I don't think that Tianeptine works the same for like everybody. Um, like it really depends on your chemistry, your biology, like so many things, your brain chemistry, like if you're using other things, like I watched this video of someone else on YouTube who said how for him Tianeptine only worked as painkillers, and he said that he's been using, I guess, weed or something for like 16 years and whatever, and that really helped him. So like I guess my kind of question is, like, how did that weed usage change his brain or affect his brain before he used Tianeptine? And so I guess to kind of give a bit of a story, a bit of kind of like a background of what my life was like before. And again, I've been using Tianeptine for a long time now, and the interesting thing is that when I started using it, there was almost nothing out there about it. Right now, there's like all these videos of people who used it. Some doctor who said that it's a horrible thing, and it kills people, it causes strokes, it's like the worst thing out there. Someone else saying that it like really changed their life and made them happy and whatever. So again, this is really my own experience and what Tianeptine has done for me. So like back several years ago, um, I I come from a horrible PTSD background. I come from Lithuania. Number one, I live in America now. But like my background is that I grew up seeing extreme abuse around me, with my parents especially. I was abused physically as well as sexually. Um, really horrible stuff. Um, since my grandmother told me that my mom was beaten by my father when she was pregnant with me, and my grandmother found my mom on the floor bleeding kind of from her mouth, I guess, and she was nearly due to be giving birth to me. So there's just a lot of I think the most horrible thing that I have experienced, that I know has left a severe impact on my brain. When I was 6 or 7, I literally saw my father killing my mom. She was passed out on the floor. He was beating and kicking her. It was the worst thing that I've ever experienced. At the time, uh, I uh, I remember like seeing her like unconscious, and he was still kicking her and beating her and whatever. And I remember thinking like, you know what, I'd rather die instead of my mom. Like at one point my father just got tired of what he was doing to her, and at that point I laid over my mom's body so that he wouldn't kill her. Like I was like, just kill me instead of my mom. um then he kind of just pulled me off, slapped me and whatever. It was, I don't know. It was horrible. It was, that's what I grew up with. And my brother and I, this wasn't normal, but waking up to my parents screaming and throwing things at each other, maybe beating, maybe, hitting, whatever, that was normal. That was very, very normal for my childhood. um the whole neighborhood knew about my parents. My mom tried to leave my father several times but couldn't do it. Um, and at the same time, so they were so consumed with each other that they, I think, very much neglected me and my brother. Uh, I remember learning how to brush my teeth from a TV commercial, not a commercial. It was like a program for children, and the doctor was showing how properly to brush your teeth, like that you brush the front and the sides and the back. And until I saw that when I was, I don't know, 6 or 7, something around there, I had no idea that that's how you brush your teeth. And I remembered that years later doing therapy. And that made me realize, like, why didn't I know how to brush my teeth until I was like in first or second grade or something? Why didn't nobody, show that to me? And it just kind of gives, I think, an idea of my childhood that I think I survived. I have horrible PTSD from it. I've been diagnosed with complex PTSD, uh, depression, anxiety, like really debilitating depression, really horrible, horrible shit, I guess. Um, and I also found, I guess, relief in food, like eating really unhealthy. I was like, there were times where I was eating like day and night. Like there were no pauses in my eating. Um, it was just horrible. Like I would be depressed for like weeks at a time. There were times where uh I wouldn't shower for days. I wouldn't brush my hair for days. I wouldn't, I would wear the same clothes for like weeks at a time. It was really hard to get out of bed and to take care of myself because I I think my brain just, I was watching a video of someone earlier this morning, a guy talking about Tianeptine, and he said that when, like, the most recent science or something is like when somebody is depressed or severely anxious or something, that they basically, like, the brain stops developing or stops growing or something, like the neurons like stop or whatever. Like it's really, really horrible, really bad. um and yeah, it's like, so like that really helped me to see it. And then he said that from his research, tianeptine helps the brain to like start growing and developing again. I know that this one guy, the one that used pot for 16 years or something, said that for him, like he, or maybe it was someone else, I don't remember, said something about how like they took tianeptine, like a lot of it, and then they stop being able to remember things, and they stop being able to, like, you know, uh, learn, I guess, or something. Which, again, it kind of seems like, like any drug, I guess. Like, it doesn't mean that Tianeptine is for like everybody. Like, everybody will experience this the same way, and they'll have this, amazing life or something. I just know that for me, I used to be at a place where I, like, uh it was hard to, like, answer phone calls. It was hard to keep appointments. It was like, I felt like I couldn't trust myself. Like, I would make an appointment and in a week or two, and I honestly had no idea if I could make it, like if I could be there. And a lot of times, like, if it's like a therapy appointment or a doctor's appointment, and I can't even make that because I'm so freaking depressed or anxious or something, I mean, like, that doesn't help me or anybody, I guess. So anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is that, um, I don't know, like, I think Tianeptine, like, I was able to finish my master's degree because of Tianeptine. I would say very much so. I've been able to learn a lot about other coping mechanisms because I wasn't so fucking depressed and so, like, crazy fucking anxious. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's kind of how it was for me. Um, I'm able to meditate, and sometimes I feel like if I don't take the NFT, my mind is really, really, like, buzzing with so many crazy thoughts. Though I would say, like, right now, my relationship with food, for one, is way, way more normal than it used to be before. Um, Way more normal. Again, I had no concept of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Let's just say it that way. I had no, like, when I was a kid, yeah, like, someone else controls it and whatever. But I seriously, like, I was bulimic for several years, and I had no idea how to not be, or just crazy, crazy shit. And yeah, I don't know. I think I wanted to do this video because um I think I am somebody who has a very long relationship with Tianeptine, who has had, and I can talk about kind of like my background, I guess, where I come from, that it was a severe, like, debilitating, like, unable to function, kind of anxiety, depression, etc. Like, really, really horrible. And I think that your life events, of course, um, will influence how you feel. So, like, I have a child. I have a 3-year-old boy. I didn't take as much Tianeptine when I was pregnant. I tried to kind of limit that, but my son, I think, is very, very smart, very healthy, no issues whatsoever. He did not want to come out. He was born, like, more than he needed. Like, kind of, like, over. The doctor was like, he needs to get out if they're already. And yeah, like, I actually drove myself to the hospital, and they, I guess, induced me, and then my son came out normally. And people say, like, how beautiful he is, and how he is extremely intelligent, how he's very aware. And I would, again, very much contribute my parenting, not completely. I think, you are a person. You know what you like, what you don't like. I love to read books. I love to learn. I would agree that I tend to be way more social, when I take Tianeptine, I am able to, like, I want to do things. I become way more motivated. I want to clean. I want to, make appointments. I want to do whatever, right? So, like, way more motivated. And again, my parenting, like, I don't get as agitated with my son. I'm teaching him about feelings, about emotions. We have a very, very good relationship, I think, me and my son. I tell him that I love him every day. He tells me, like, constantly, he's like, I love you, mommy. Whatever. And again, I'm not saying that I'm like 100% like totally like, yes, like, I am such a amazing whatever, right? But I think at the bottom of it, kind of remembering what my life used to be like. And I think sometimes you can forget, like, you live your life a certain way and it's like you're normal now, and then you stop taking the medication. And I think, again, even if I stop it, which I've stopped it before, and I would say withdrawal is not great, um but it only lasts like a couple of days. And like it's not that horrible. I don't know, like I have usually I have like a restless leg. It's hard for me to like fall asleep for like a day or two. um that's kind of been more of my experience, kind of like um I don't know, I don't feel as good. My motivation definitely goes down when I don't take Tianeptine. Like, life doesn't stop, right? You need to keep, doing things. You need to work, you need to make food, do laundry, take care of yourself and other people and whatever. And again, I think because of Tianeptine, I've been able to learn a lot of things. Like, I understand that, the way you eat can really affect how you feel, what you eat. I've been able to, I think, like, slow down a little bit and kind of be more conscious, I guess. Kind of like, even meditation. I feel like if I do it without Tianeptine, my mind is like super busy, like really, it tends to be really, really hard for me to like sit and to kind of quiet my thoughts. But if I take the Tianeptine, I tend to really be able to sit there and to meditate and to like just focus. So I think that's like a really amazing tool. I have way more tools now than I ever had in the past. I've learned about gratitude. I think gratitude is super important. My son knows what gratitude is. I've taught him about it. We again talk a lot about feelings, like, a lot of things like that. And I think I'm I'm definitely continuing to learn. I feel like honestly, if you think, I don't know, I hope that my childhood is not normal. I don't think it is. I think that I definitely survived a war. Just horrible, horrible bullshit. Like, really, like, I mean, I remember stuff that were positive things, but I think more than anything, I was really depressed even as a kid, lonely, anxious, afraid.